even some people from Spain congratulate us because it was a new thing in futsal, and many people got shocked and surprised for what we did. So regarding tactics, I think we are doing in general well. Regarding technique, our players are capable to handle the situations. Well, because we lose against Argentina in a way we should not lose, and because Japan could control the game against us at the beginning and it was difficult for us. So my real hope, more than qualify for World Cup, is to create a good environment for the futsal development in Indonesia.
Hello, Coach. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you because I think you have success in bringing Indonesia success in futsal by winning IFF Cup and performing well in Four Nation World Series
Thank you
uh,
very much.
yesterday.
Yeah, thank
First,
you very much.
how do you see the development of futsal in Indonesia now?
Well, I think it's a process. The new managers are starting a new era. They are trying to give federation to reach different levels and create good conditions for everyone. And they are in the process because they just arrived in September, saying I did. So it's just a really few time, not 5 months, just 5 months. And in 5 months, what they achieve, I think, in the sport area is really good because they changed completely the face of the professional futsal league. And now we have Super Cup, National Cup, and playoffs. And they are also trying to have more investors in the competitions itself and in teamness, and this is really good. And I think in the sport area we are doing well because results are in there, but not only result, also the performance of men and women team. I would like to speak also about women team because Luis Estrella is not here today with us in the meeting, but in this conversation. But he did really well qualifying the woman team to the AFC. And
Yes.
in my opinion, they performed really well. I think they scored 20 goals and just conceded one. It's crazy in 3 games. And we are doing really well. Also, we official games we already play 9, and we just lost one with Argentina. That, in my opinion, we could perfectly win or draw. So I think our performance is also really good. We also brought the AFF home after 14 years. So I think we are going step by step, doing better things.
Oh, okay. And you say about Pro Futsal League, and how do you assess futsal competition in Indonesia?
Well, I would like to be honest because I don't like to lie. I already meet the head coaches and the physical coaches and goalkeeper coaches, some assistants as well in a meeting in Malang at the beginning of the league. And I introduced them the idea that we need to improve. We need to improve the club's structure. The clubs must be more professional. Of course, federation must invest and help the clubs, but the staffs need also to improve their knowledge because nowadays is not enough. We could see that we could control the game as national team. In the 3 games we play in this Four Nations World Series, but the reality is the league is way different from the national team. And what I say to them is they need to improve all the areas, especially tactical area and physical area, because these two areas are so important. And nowadays, I think we are still growing regarding systems, regarding knowledge in set pieces, knowledge in power play, and we need to improve that. And also the physical area, we need stronger players. Nowadays, the clubs who qualify, sorry, the national teams who qualify for last World Cup, it was strong teams. For example, Afghanistan, for example, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and Iran. All of them are
Yeah.
really strong. So in the physical area, the physical coaches need to move on and to go ahead with more strong plans for the teams.
How about the number of club, coach? Is too small or enough, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, what we need to do is grow. So, in my opinion, a league of 16 could be much better. But the reality is nowadays we need stability. So our first target, I think it should be to have 12 competitive teams. After that, try to increase to 16 teams if possible. And also create a second division and grassroots
Yeah.
competitions. Because nowadays I was analyzing the context and it's just tournaments. We have tournaments sometimes in the AFP, AFK, or even private tournaments. In my opinion, AFP and AFK must be in coordination with FFE and they must create long time tournaments. For example, start with the AFK tournaments, maybe 3, 4 months, then go to the AFP tournaments, maybe another 4 months, and the ones who qualify in AFP have a long-term league in national level, maybe 1 month or 4 different weeks, like 1 week we play, 1 week we don't play, something like that. But the young players need to get involved in competition, not just in tournaments.
And we have many tournament in senior high school, junior high school. What do you think about that?
It's
Is
really
it
good.
good?
It's really good. In Spain, I give you the example of Spanish
Mm.
model. In Spain, we have two models. That is the federacy model and the educational model. So both of them can live together. So the players have their scholar competitions, but they also have their federation competitions. So every week they can play or both or at least scholar competitions. In my opinion, scholar competitions are crucial for the future. And that's why we are visiting schools every time we go to the series because we would like to promote the futsal in schools. We think futsal is really convenient for schools because almost all SMA, SMK have futsal court. So if they have futsal court, why not introduce futsal as one of the main activities in the school? And not only for talented players, also for no talented players. For example, I was not a talented player in my school. I was normal one, but I keep practicing and nowadays I am a coach. It means not because I don't have skills, I cannot practice. So it's interesting to have a big number of practitioners for us. So have coordination with, I don't know if the Ministry of Education, between Ministry of Education and Federation could be really good and build the scholar model from primary school or elementary school, middle school, secondary school until university. It could be very interesting. And also in coordination with AFP and AFK, develop the model for grassroots in the federation model.
How do you see the recognition of futsal in Indonesia?
Improving. The regulation is improving. I think nowadays federation take care about how the competitions are handled. They try to help the clubs in some rules. For example, before it was mandatory to have foreign players that play in national team. Automatically, they will be more expensive. Nowadays, you can make contract with any foreign player you want. So it will be more easy to find because before, as they should be national team players, is really difficult to find national team players that really want to join Indonesia. Nowadays, you can find thousands of foreign players with good skills, good experience, even they never play in national team. So they will be cheaper, so it will be more affordable for the clubs.
Yeah, and we have many for good foreign player in competition,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. I
Yeah.
hope in future we can have more because, um, as I always say, we are not magicians. So
Mm.
everyone that helps is very important. And for example, in my opinion, players as Daniel in Pansuma, Felipe in Pansuma, Di Maria, Diego Rodrigo, Gilvan, and
Papage.
Pepita, and also Well Pereira and Teheran in Gul, all foreign players are helping a lot to the local players. And we cannot have so many foreign players because it's not good for the league, but at least two foreign players each club could be very interesting because automatically increase the level of the league. And what we want is all players, all local players improve the level.
Last season we have Ricardinho in Pendekar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing that Ricardinho wanna join Pendekar.
Pendekar.
Atali Lintiral always speak well about Ricardinho and all the playmates. I have one staff, Kasanjaya, he always
Yeah.
speak really well about him. So it's very interesting for us. It was very interesting for us to have Ricardinho here because he gave a lot of experience to his playmates and also some inputs for the league and for federation. I don't know in that time if federation wanted to hear. I think nowadays if he come back, that I think he will not. But if he come back, Federation will be more open to listen to him and other players.
Coach, in the Futsal for Nations World Series, you gave opportunity to many players. Is this a sign that Indonesia has many quality players? Like we still have Sauki and Ardi Yansyah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we still have Diaz in Pansuma, and we still have
yeah,
Militia or Najib in Black Steel,
yeah, Black
or
Steel.
we still have Regung in
Mm.
BTS, or we still have Armia in Ungul,
Yeah.
and also Anga. So there are so many players, but the thing is to reach international standard. We need really, really good players. So what I am pushing them is to prepare themselves not only in the clubs, outside the clubs, having better nutrition, having better rest, training by themselves. This is very important for me. So what we would like to do is increase the level of professionalism in the country, and we hope we can push our players to be more professional.
Okay. And in Four Nations World Series, what are the strengths and weaknesses in Indonesian national futsal team?
Well, I was surprised because we have few days and we compete really well. It means the players still remember what we did in AFF. And we also create some new situations really useful in this tournament. For example, in power play against Argentina, we play a different style of power play. And even some people from Spain congratulate us because it was a new thing in futsal, and many people got shocked and surprised for what we did. So regarding tactics, I think we are doing in general well. Regarding technique, our players are capable to handle the situations. I mean, they are not a bad players; they are good players. But the biggest problem we have is the physical part, and we need to be better in that because our players could see against Argentina, even we play better. It was difficult to create situations because they were stronger than us, and that's the reality. The same in the first game with Iran, with Japan, not with Iran.
Yeah. Japan, Saudi Arabia, and Argentina. Which match is most satisfying for you in terms of play?
Argentina, no doubt. We did a really good game against Argentina. People is pointing the individual mistake we have. I don't like to point the individual mistakes because if you point the individual mistake, the confidence of the players automatically go out. So I would like my players play confident because they are good, they have good skills. So I don't accept people point some player only for one mistake because the game is 40 minutes. So in 40 minutes, if the player only have one mistake, of course we have to correct that mistake, but it's not a big deal for the future. And I think our players did well. And in this game especially, we played really well. Even it's the only game we lost as national team since I arrived, taking in count the friendly games and taking in count all official games.
IFF. Oh, okay. Uh, and in match Argentina, you change goalkeeper and many rotation in this game, in that game.
Yeah, I always will like all my players play because I don't like the teams that just play with 8 players because it's a way also to promote players. If you only play with 8 players, the other 4 will never be ready to participate in games. So from the beginning, you give them confidence. So you have 12 or 13 players in this tournament, could be 13 field players. Also the goalkeepers, because we rotate the goalkeepers.
Yeah.
If you give them minutes, they will feel confident. They will feel you believe in them, so they will be ready in the moments we need them, and they know really well their role. So, some ones play when we are struggling in attack. Another ones will play when we are struggling in defense. So all of them are really useful for us, and we will try to use always all of them.
Uh, in Four Nation World Series, Al Bagir play in match Japan and Saudi Arabia, and
Yeah.
he made a clean sheet. What do you think about his performance?
Well, people, netizens overall, complain with me because we didn't brought him for the
Argentina match,
AFF before.
IFF.
But I explained him the reasons. He understood. I say him, these three keepers will be with me a long time if they continue developing themselves. Nowadays, we have another keeper that we include in the pre-list that he's doing really well. That is Anga in Ungul. And with these four keepers and someone else that I have in my head, like for example, Sikil in Cosmo, Nasil in BTS, Juan in Ungul. I
Mhm.
always watch them in the games, and I really want that they compete each other to have position in national team because that will be really good. And Albaguir, he just come back. He knew I believe in him. On the first day, I told them all of them will have games. And on the beginning, I told Albaguir he will start. And then I said Habibi will continue in the second game. And in the third game, I didn't have decision yet. So in the third game, I decided to include Albaguir to increase his confidence also. And he did really, really well. So nowadays, instead, we have an amazing Habibi and Nisar that did really well in AFF. We also have an amazing Albaguir. So I'm really happy with that.
Coach, from 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with the performance of national team in Four Nation World Series?
Maybe eight.
Why?
Well, because we lose against Argentina in a way we should not lose, and because Japan could control the game against us at the beginning and it was difficult for us. So maybe an eight is good because we didn't have time to prepare. The players arrived really tired. But even though I would like my team became more competitive, if you want, I can divide in different areas. In power play, I'm really satisfied. We defend, not really satisfied with Japan. I'm not satisfied with the defense of power play. With Saudi Arabia, I'm really satisfied because they create chance with Argentina, a lot of chance and score, and with Japan, and with us, they didn't create clear chance. It means our defense was really, really good, top level, in my opinion. And also in attack power play, even we didn't score with Argentina, I think we did well. In set play, I think we were the best team in the tournament by far. We
Yes.
scored 6 goals in set pieces, so it's really really good for us. And in defense, I think in some games we didn't were as consistent as I want. And in attack, we need to be more smart because in some situations we lose the ball in difficult situations for us, and we cannot concede that kind of transitions. So that's why an eight is just good qualification for us.
Are you satisfied about finishing touch in that tournament?
No, because we have many and we didn't score one.
Okay, Coach. Can the victory over Japan and Saudi Arabia be confirmation that Indonesia ready to compete in futsal Asia Cup?
Yeah, to compete, yes. To be champion or like this is everything is a process. We need time, and also there are a lot of countries investing. I mean, when people speak about we are really good, etc., I accept we are doing well, but there are another countries that are really good. For example, Japan didn't come with the top players
So,
because
right.
some players stay in Japan. These players that come here were really good, some of them young, and they will be in national team in future. But they still have another players that are really good. And also, we have to respect the tradition of futsal in Asia. And until I know, Indonesia only qualify once for quarterfinal in AFC. So can we do it? Yeah, can we do it? But it's different to say that we can do it, that we must do it. No, I don't think we have the obligation to do it. I think we will fight to do it, and I think we can do it. But of course, there will be always difficulties in the game, and we have to remember that you have to go in the group phase, and after that you have to win one game, and maybe the game you play really well, like you play with Argentina, and you shoot more than them, but at the end they can win. So and we have to divide what is result of what is performance. And I think our performance in AFC could be in future really good, but the result you never know. So we just be
Yeah.
focusing, increase our performance in technique, in tactic, in physical, and then let's see what happens.
Uh, okay, Coach. In detail, what are the targets given to you by Federation in Asia Cup?
In Asia Cup, I don't have target because I still didn't renew my contract. My contract will finish in August, so I don't have any target for AFC. But in AFF, they asked me to reach the final. I say them I cannot promise. I can promise the team will perform as well, and the team performed really well, and we got the championship. But I would like to ask my managers that they should not ask us about results. They should ask about good performance. So sometimes you win, but you don't perform well. And I prefer they evaluate us for our performance. And I think nowadays we are having good performance.
Okay, coach. Last question, coach. Uh, what's your hope about futsal in Indonesia?
My real hope and the reason I'm here is because I would like in 12, 20 years, we have first division, second division, 16 teams in each division, lot of grassroots categories, lot of new players, and I also want our current players in national team get the knowledge to be coaches in the future and be good coaches. So my real hope, more than qualify for World Cup, is to create a good environment for the futsal development in Indonesia and to promote new people in professional level and have them in better condition. It means I would like all clubs could be consistent in financial area, in the facilities they have for the players and for the staff. This is our priority or my priority working with them. And I also would like they have good knowledge according international standards. Of course, I would like to renew contract, maybe depends on many things, but and be in the final of AFC and be win the AFC maybe one day and go to the World Cup. But the most important thing is not that. The most important thing is what we build for future. So we are in that process, and my real desire and from the deep of my heart is to collaborate with everyone to make futsal improving here.
Okay, coach. Thank you very much for
Thank you
your
very much for your
time.
time.
Okay, coach.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.